As a delivery company, our business revolves around addresses. Your address, the address you're shipping to, millions of addresses worldwide. You give us an address, we'll get it there. But today, we're giving you an address. Welcome to UPS on the Internet. From here, you can arrange pickups, check rates, even track packages, all from your own computer, anywhere in the world, whether you're at an address or not. UPS, moving at the speed of business.
There's a place in New York owned by the biggest sports stars around.
You know, I like to have long hair.
And you never know when they'll show up.
Long. Short.
It's the official All-Star Cafe.
Griffey Jr., 301 lifetime average.
Where the owners are always willing to help out.
Excuse me, it's 302.
So if you go, bring the right stats and the right card. Visa, because the All-Star doesn't take American Express.
301 lifetime average.
Visa, it's everywhere you want to be.
Hey, you! Yeah, you! Don't touch that dial, because the Dana Carvey show is back! Oh, that's it! That's the bell right there! You're out of here!
ABC Next.
On ABC.
Athlete, family man, 6-time Gold Glove winner, presidential candidate. Junior has everything you look for in a president. The power of a young Teddy Roosevelt, combined with the throwing arm of a Roberto Clemente. He knows what this country needs.
We need a man in the White House who can hit a Mark Langston overhand curveball.
He can hit 40 home runs in a strike-shortened season. And the guy can score all the way from first on a routine double.
He is a fabulous American hero. There hasn't been anybody like him since, well, Reggie Jackson.
He picked the Mariner Moose as a running mate. It shows his consideration for animal rights.
There's never been a candidate like Ken Griffey Jr. that could hit for power and average. They could see, they could run, they could throw, let alone from the Mariners.
My name may be Clinton, but I know what I'm talking about. Vote Griffey.
We're not a nation of individuals. We're one big American league.
Look for record here 96 and like it.
What up, y'all? It's Chris Weathers, a.k.a. Shorty C94, back at you again with some more sneaker-related content. And today is episode 2 of Anticipation. The last episode, we anticipated the Air Jordan 6 Carmine. And today, as you see in my hand, we're going to anticipate the Air Griffey 1. If this is your first time here, anticipation is where I'm anticipating the shoe's availability, the quality, and I'm looking at what I'm expecting in the upcoming retro from a previous retro. Now, getting into a little history on this shoe, this is an OG colorway. These shoes originally were worn by Ken Griffey Jr. in fall of 1995 in the playoffs when he was with the Mariners still. He was actually on the front of Sports Illustrated in the cleated version of this shoe. The title of the cover of the Sports Illustrated is Yankee Killer, because the Mariners had beat the Yankees in the postseason that year. And then this came out in this Turf Air Max version in April of 1996.
We need a man in the White House who knows the difference between a forkball and a screwball. We need a man in the White House who can hit 5 home runs in a 5-game playoff series and who isn't Reggie Jackson. We need a man in the White House who knows an ERA is more than just an amendment. We need a man in the White House with his own candy bar and who isn't Reggie Jackson. We need a man in the White House who will remember to take his spikes off before entering the White House. That man is Ken Griffey Jr. Paid for by Nike.
At the beginning of the 1996 Major League Baseball season. So this OG Freshwater colorway was made originally to match Ken Griffey Jr.'s Seattle Mariners uniform. And when these came out in 1996, I believe they were 140. I believe this is also the very first cross trainer that has 4-foot air. Original specs, everything looks OG. I did own this as an OG back in high school. These came out at the end of my 9th grade year. And yeah, everything other than the size of the air bubbles, and it's not even that big a difference on this specific shoe, everything looks the same. You've got the same bottom with the flaming baseball. You've got the pods here with the different colors, all freshwater green and white. You've got your midsole. You've got your toe. Definitely some creasing right there, because this is the version from 2009. On the strap, you've got the Nike branding. You've got the 24. You've got the Nike swoosh here. And you've got a Nike swoosh here. Hint of red here on this lace loop. It's always a nice little touch. Yeah, man, I mean, these are a no-brainer. Like, these have come out 3 times as a retro now, other than February 15th. These also came out in 2016 to celebrate the 20-year anniversary. And this pair here is from 2009. So, again, these aren't in bad shape. I mean, like I said, you do have a little bit of crease in there in the toe. Shout out to Big Al Kicks. He did a review on the new pair. He was able to get a pair on the early side. So check out his video. Looking at his pair, the thing that jumps out at me the most is the greens used. On the newer pair, it seems that the greens are a little bit lighter. But, yeah, I mean, these are definitely going to go. It's almost like people forgot how great the 90s were for shoes, since everybody's been inside because of the pandemic, or should I say inside more. It's like people, you know, the Barclays was raw, the Griffeys was raw. And shoes like this are selling out. Now, I've mentioned the sneaker vortex before on other episodes and other content I've posted on this channel. This shoe is definitely going to be there. For some reason, Nike trainers, once they go away, they're just gone. And if you see people trying to resell them, like for a while there, the 2016 pair of these was going for over 300. Couldn't believe it, you know. And this shoe is still really big in the hood, so they're going to be 170. I know when they came out in 2016, they were only 160. I believe I paid 150 for these in 2009. So they've went up a little bit each time, but you know, 170 for this specific shoe, you know, that's like nothing, you know what I mean, compared to what some of these releases are going for. And this shoe is definitely going to sell out. This shoe is definitely going to sell out because not only is it an OG, but it's just white and black with a little bit of green, a little bit of red. Like, you could literally wear this with anything. And I really feel like shoes that are easy to wear like this tend to go. Now, these are a little bit bulky, and I do feel like this is going to be a bigger hit with the over 30 crowd, which I'm a proud member of. I'm actually in the over 40 club. But, you know, anybody that remembers these from the 90s and remembers how big Ken Griffey Jr. was, not necessarily just for baseball, but just as a Nike athlete. I mean, Nike had the best commercials.
Climate is right for change. People don't want someone coming out of left field, and they sure don't want somebody that plays too far right. Griffey's in the center, perfectly positioned.
In this country, it's the bottom of the ninth. 2 outs. We're behind. We need Junior. We need a hit.
Pennsylvania, key state, not a good state for Griffey. Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, both National League teams.
We've had an actor. Why not a center fielder?
If you can hit an Oral Hershiser slider, there's no reason to believe that you can't hit welfare reform.
They got their elephants. They got their donkeys. We got our moose.
Man, that Ken Griffey for president thing's a straight-up sellout. Nothing but a big marketing scheme.
This is not, I repeat, not a marketing scheme.
Don't you have to be 35 to be president?
Well, that's what the Constitution says. I mean, if you're going to pay attention to that kind of stuff, yeah.
So, commercials that stay with you for a while and really made you want to have the shoe. I love these shoes. So, you know, what I'm expecting quality-wise of the 3 retros, this still is probably the most sturdy of the 3. But at the same time, they use really bad paint on the midsoles. So there is, I guess this pair isn't really that bad, but a lot of pairs I've seen, the chipping is just really, really bad. So hopefully they use better paints. The suede used up here was a little bit thicker than the 2016, and I've yet to hold a 2020 pair in hand, but I've seen a couple of videos and know a few people with them. So, hopefully the suede is good. It is going to be mass produced, so I'm not expecting it to be premium or LV8 quality, but it's still $170. So it's like, give me something, give me something to be happy about, spending my money aside from just having the shoe. Availability wise, it's going to be tough because, so when shoes like this come out, Nike Retros that aren't Jordans or Foamposites, up until here recently, they wouldn't have actual dates. They would have a placeholder date, but it wouldn't be a confirmed set in stone date like a Jordan or a Foamposite. So a lot of times when retailers would get them, they would just sell them. A few places I've worked where, I get the shoe in, I'll just put it out, because it wasn't a set date to it. You just put it out. Now with them putting shoes like this on sneakers, the dates are a little more set in stone, but there have still been retailers already selling the 2021 version of this Griffey. So if you look hard enough, you can find them. I know they've been sold at Champs already. I've heard Finish Line has been selling them. So again, if you want this shoe, don't sleep on it, because it will disappear and it will go up. It'll be, $170, then there'll be $250, then there'll be $350. I've seen it happen with other Nike Retros. I mean, people were reselling Barclays over the summer. So this shoe is along that same line of an OG colorway of a 90s Nike shoe that's not a Jordan or a Foamposite that people are going to want, both older heads like myself and cats in the hood. And then that leads me to wonder, are we going to get more Retros? Are we getting the blue one? This is an OG as well. Are we getting this one? Are we getting this one? Now, this isn't an OG, but, it's OG color blocking. And I've always felt that this was a sample from 1996 that they just didn't come out with. Because Ken Griffey Jr.'s dad played for the Reds for a long time. Now, his number was 30, but still, this could have been a friends and family thing that they made for him, and they decided to come out with it in 2011. And if you were into sneakers in 2011, you remember how big this was. These in the playoff 13s came out the same day. These killed the playoff 13s. So, are we going to get more Griffeys? Or are we just going to get that white and black one? So, it's hard to say. Usually when Nike brings a shoe like this back, they come out with multiple colorways. Like when the Griffey one came out in 2016, they came out with the emeralds. They came out with the blue ones I just showed you. They came out with the Freshwaters, of course. I mean, there are only 3 OG colorways of it. So, and they came out with a wheat pair, all white pair, a denim pair. Like, how far are they going with this? So it's going to be interesting to see, but so appreciate you watching. Follow me on Instagram if you already aren't, at ShortyC94. And I'll see you guys soon. Peace.
Ken Griffey Jr., athlete.
Hey, Nick, finish. This is a Griffey for President commercial. You know he's running for president, right? You know there's more to life than sports, man. There's politics.
He is a fabulous American hero. There has been anybody.
He got some interesting ideas about that flat pack. Check him out.
He picked a Mariner Moose as a running mate. It shows his consideration for animals.
Now, that moose could be a liability. Hey, let me tell you what. I should be his running mate. I mean, that's a good job, because you don't gotta do squat. Come on, Nick, power to the people. Stick it to the man.
And they will be gone.
I can do that on Prime Video. Which would you like?
Okay.
I can do that on Prime Video. Which would you like?
So.
I can do that on Prime Video. Which would you like?
Nothing, Alexa.
Canceling.
What the fuck was I even talking about?